Hello to all the wonderful Virgos who are joining me today for your June 2025 reading. My approach is to see the general themes that the collective is facing this month, which is always great if you know other Virgos or if you're a cross-watcher, so that you kind of know what somebody might be going through, and to be there to support and offer help or lending hand, or to join in the sort of celebration festivities. So what I'm going to do is let the charms sort of fall where they want to, where they're guided, and then we'll use tarot to go into each of the themes. And I'll timestamp this reading, so if a theme is not feeling relevant to you at this time, you can skip ahead or get a sense of sort of the overall themes for the reading. So just bear with me. It's going to be a bit noisy as sort of tap into the energies and place the charms. Okay. So I'll just get rid of the ones that you've discarded. Just adjust the ones that they've placed, just as I sort of tune in for all of the Virgos. So the month coming ahead. These ones are just kind of catching the edge, so I'll pull them in. And then we have that one sort of crossing. Okay. So we'll see sort of how they want them grouped as well. Just kind of tune in, see what the... Looks like we might have four kind of unique themes. Really drawn into the two that just kind of caught the edge there at the end. As sort of one, this feels quite isolated, so is my dash hound down here. And then these four all feel quite connected. Some celebration in the future, some joyfulness here. This all feels connected. So we'll also shuffle up the tarot and see how the cards want to fall in companion with the charms. Sorry, I just dropped one. That's the second time today, actually, that I've dropped. Not usually want to kind of discard cards like that. Maybe they didn't want them in the deck. Or maybe that's sort of how you're feeling right now. You want to kind of get rid of the useless. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I think I'm going to be starting with that moon up there. The moon and the stars that is kind of sitting crossways there. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see what the best. So you can see the imagery. I'm a big fan of making sure you can see everything up close. So I'll bring them up to the camera so you can take away your own kind of messaging as well. Whatever you see, whatever you feel, whatever you receive looking at the cards, know that your instincts are correct, your gut feelings are correct, and what you feel is to be real. What maybe you hear a thought in your mind, know that that's meant for you. Okay. So just connecting in here with my moon pendant. And this is meant to happen for you, a special or close relationship. And my moon pendant really is quite literal in its symbolism in terms of being in the dreamscape. So this could be dreams and wishes. So this is meant to happen for you in a special close relationship. So this could be sort of a dream come true situation that's going to be happening for the Virgos here, the lucky Virgos here in June coming up. And we'll see here if the tarot cards are going to kind of elaborate on the relationship aspect, but quite nice to kick off the monthly reading with, dreams and wishes coming true. And even the cards here, I guess like a white terrier, white Yorkie playing in the field. Next to sort of the carousel here. That I'll show in a second. But look how he's just like frolicking and, living his best life, right? And then you have a carousel that is all about, that childhood happiness and joy and innocence, which is quite nice. But even the card itself looks quite dreamlike, right? The carousel is kind of up in the universe here. So sort of a throwback to the charm we had here about a dream or sort of a wish that you've put out there to come true. So and even the reinforcement here in the card that they chose in terms of seasonality, that this is a June reading for the Virgos, and here we have like a beautiful, summer setting, summer sort of landscape scenery. Definitely feeling the what's meant to happen, this dream coming true. Like, I don't feel like these horses are going around the carousel. I feel like they're about to fly off the carousel actually. And you see like he is there with a buddy, so there's your companion, right? A special or close relationship. But I don't feel like this is new. So I feel like this could be an existing partner. If you're in a couple, this could be you and a best friend, you and a sibling. This is an already existing deep love relationship. And I feel like the two of you are about to like set off on this adventure. So maybe you planned like a trip and you thought, oh, this is not going to happen. And there's like confirmation here that like, yes, in June, this dream trip, maybe it's a reunion that you've been looking forward to, and the two of you have been trying to reconnect. Your schedules just haven't been allowing. But look at all the fun you're having as well, right? It's very joyous. So you're setting off on this adventure together, make these new memories, right? Kind of connected back to the dreamscape, and just the immense amount of amusement that this dog here is giving off to me as he's running around in this playground. So this could be like, I know, like a dream come true in sense of destination as well. So maybe you've always discussed about like going to a destination that's kind of a playground like this. So like the Disneylands of the world or amusement parks. Maybe you're both into roller coasters and you sort of have a bucket list of theme parks and adventure parks that you want to hit. Yeah, even like I said, even the destination here is like a dream come true. So this definitely feels like for some Virgos, you are about to set off on probably one of the best times of your life. Honestly, that's the sentiment I'm getting here with the dream come true, and being able to share this with that special someone, that best friend, that partner, that parent, whoever's part of that sort of duality here. It could be also maybe two families, because I did say reunion earlier, so it could be the two sides, or two families coming together after a long time apart, and having just the best trip ever. So that's fantastic. Love to see that for June. Let's see where I'm getting pulled next here. I think maybe my little dash hound here, which is all about finding something and searching for something, looking for answers. But kind of, I was just talking about duality there, and this charm of mine does have a dual symbolism. The second symbolism is just quite plainly a message from a pet. So I'll see if there was only one card that came out, so we'll see where that lands. And it's where your career path is going now. So maybe that's why it's a singular card. It's very, very focused. So for those of you interested in or sort of feeling like there might be some kind of shakeup or change impending related to your chosen profession, your chosen passion. We'll see sort of what's going to come out here in June for you. But you are searching for something, so maybe you're like soul searching right now, trying to recalibrate and refine your passion here. Yeah, and right away you kind of get that sentiment of the caged bird, sorry. But actually the bird's on the outside of the cage, though it looks like it's sitting on the inside. So maybe this is metaphoric for you, or for those Virgos sort of in this state. Maybe you feel like you're caged, but you're not. So if you're contemplating that career change, if you're even contemplating like giving up a hobby, I feel like maybe you've been focusing on a passion for a while, or maybe you've been asked recently to spend less time doing something, and you're like, well, am I giving up my freedom? If I give this up to you, I'm going to feel like this cage bird. So quite interesting that there's sort of this, again, this two ways to look at two sides of the sword, right? And if you're looking for your answer, like I truly feel like the answer is there's no wrong answer. Like, the answer, like, if the career change is the best for you in terms of satisfying your feeling of feeling caged or confined. You'll also know the answer in your heart as to whether or not dedicating less time to this passion or hobby is the right thing to do at this time. Maybe it's because you're growing a family, or maybe you have a dependent, or someone who's growing more dependent, like an aging parent. And so you're trying to find the right balance of compromise here and what's right for you. And he is staring up here at the moon, and I'm being brought back to the dreamscape, just sort of connecting back to the previous thematic for you for the month. So maybe, summer is always a great time to just sit outside and look up at the stars and the moon. A lot of people find answers in just the quietness and the stillness, what they see and feel as they look at the night sky. Others, it's, looking into the flames at night if you're out camping. But I feel like there's the answer in your heart. Like, you already know what it is. So instead of me telling you the answer here in the reading, instead of them telling you the answer here in the reading, if you just take this moment of contemplation, and it looks like you'll find peace in the evening hours to do so, you'll feel and hear the answer for you, what's true here. In terms of sort of a message from a pet, I recently uploaded a reading that had birds. And I'm drawn again to this bird here, and I feel like a bird is stepping forward once more. So if you were a parent of a bird, I would say this would have been like a singular bird in your household. So you would not have had others. This definitely does feel like a bird who has crossed. Just again, I'm being brought to look at the moon here, sort of looking at the light here. in the sense of, not that they disliked, obviously, living with you. They have to live in a cage. So there's no reference here to like unhappiness about being caged, but now there's a reference here to like not being caged, sort of the freedom that a soul has, right? To fly and to soar. So there is reference here to the wing and the ability to fly. So perhaps you adopted or had a pet bird that, was no longer able to have a wing that functioned. It does feel like just one wing. It doesn't feel like both wings. So maybe they were injured or damaged, or prior to you having them, they were in a much smaller cage. And I know that that does affect their ability over time to open their wings. So there is a reference here, and just a message to you of love and confirmation that they can spread their wings now. And I think that's what they really mean in terms of the freedom here of the cage. So just some love there for you. And maybe they recently passed, so that's kind of why it's on your mind. But they're definitely showing off their wings here. They're opening them both up beautifully. Okay, so I feel like they want to save this kind of for last. So I think we're going to go into the celebration here in June. We do have the graduation. June, obviously, a primary time throughout the year, around the world, to my knowledge, in terms of academic achievements, a milestone month or period in academics. And it's coming in the future. So this could be someone actually graduating in your life, could be your graduation. It could be starting as well, being accepted to a program, something that will further your knowledge. Maybe it's an MBA program you've applied to, maybe it's an international program. And we have our cheerleader here, and she's all about celebration. This is actually your angels. When she comes through, this is your actual your own guardian angels coming through and cheering you on and celebrating you. And its happiness is just around the corner. So they know I'm filming this in May. June is right around the corner. You may be watching this, within the couple days that I upload before June or in the first days of June. So they're letting you know that there's this huge milestone celebration that's happening. They're well aware of it. And they're giving you love as well. It is a double-sided token charm here, but they're tossing the love side at you regarding decisions to be made in a fork in the road. And I feel like this is tied into what I was saying before regarding being accepted into a program. If I feel like, or maybe being accepted, like maybe you're trying to get those acceptance letters into schools and whatnot, and needing to make that decision of, okay, now are you reciprocating? Are you accepting the offer, right? Are you accepting that acceptance? I'm just kind of seeing sort of this milestone as well. Like if it's not academic, though, they are really drawing my attention into the graduation aspect, the academic education aspect of the charm. But there is love in the other charm. So if this is sort of, this could be an engagement party, this could be a bridal shower or baby shower. I'm not feeling wedding, but I'm feeling more so those kind of milestones, like sort of the lead up to, and just, love from your other side, all your loved ones that have crossed over, acknowledging that you're getting engaged and having that, you made the decision to say yes, and you're getting engaged, you're having your baby shower. So that's quite nice, quite loving. And again, you got your little cheerleader, right? So this is kind of all going hand in hand based on sort of your situation. And then we have the Pentagon here beside. And my pentagon is all about sort of, like I see it as weaving, like weaving your own future, endless possibilities. It's sort of an infinite kind of line that's all intertwined here. No limitations as well, even though it is within the circle of the pendant. Again, just looking at the pentagon star here as it's like never ending, almost like the infinity loop. And this is news you needed to receive now. So perhaps you were, again, you're nervous. You were nervous about the decision you were about to make or you just made in terms of the next steps. So next steps in life, academically or, in your personal life here. And you needed to receive the positive news back to you that you're about to set forth in this next chapter. So I would say June for a good number of Virgos, it's going to be all about taking that first step in your next chapter, and you're going to sort of manifest and create what that's going to look like, what's going to happen in sort of this next chapter. So maybe the cards will, maybe give some insight or some tips, or I guess previews, not really tips, preview into what's happening in this kind of next chapter. So we have the singular flower here, but as soon as I put it down, I heard like coming into bloom. So I would say June again, like, this newness of the opportunity, the newness of setting out on this start of your next chapter that I was just saying. And it's all in the beautiful yellows and gold here, sort of the angelic reinforcement colors for me as a reader. So, this sort of divine cheerfulness and joyfulness about this fresh start, this next chapter, this sort of you blossoming into the next evolution of yourself, and June being the starting point of that. Now, I've been talking about like manifesting, and your ability to manifest, and they provide us with this beautiful, majestic unicorn, a mythical creature, a throwback here again to sort of the dreamscape and your ability in your mindset, right? The unicorn is directly connected here to the sort of the third eye, to your ability to create what you believe in, right? So if you truly feel it can happen, it's going to happen. So, I'm going to have a healthy, beautiful child and wonderful family. You'll be able to manifest that. I'm going to have the wedding of my dreams. You're going to manifest that. This MBA program is going to allow me to start my own business. You're going to manifest that. So watch your thoughts, watch any kind of negative talk, self-doubt, criticism. Definitely sort of that watch out message here as well, because there's quite a bit of darkness here. So the ability to kind of slip up into that, even you can see here in the mountains how kind of slippery they are, slippery slope. So, be careful to reinforce yourself with the affirmations, come back to this reading and let them reinforce your abilities for you, right? Let them give you this message again and again and again, as many times as you need it, so that you can stay the course as well. And then you have, our beautiful Queen of Pentacles here, standing in the middle of her, beautiful interior, like solarium garden here, right? Like she's standing in the middle of her creation and she's just enjoying it. She's not stressed. Obviously she's relaxed. She's appreciative. There's so much gratitude coming from her heart. Like definitely feel like this would be your souls talking to you with regards to staying the course, keeping on this path, letting you know that if things are feeling chaotic and rocky right now, it's because you just started, right? We always fail in the beginning. We have false starts in the beginning. We need help in the beginning. So all of this is starting again, but you're going to be able to bring everything that you need towards you. You'll manifest the people you need to help you. And you'll be able to successfully come out on the other side, the person that you want to be. You would have created the environment, the success that you want to create, the business, the family, the lifestyle, right? These are dreams come true. So June 2025 is a kickoff month for you guys in terms of driving this dream come true as it relates to whatever ceremony, whatever milestone that you will be celebrating this month, whatever big decision that you just made, that is going to set you off on this new path. Okay, and then we have my bow tie and my little baby turtle, and we're on money's being attracted to you, which is a nice little leap here, a little connection here to the previous theme, sort of the success here. So now we have money being attracted to you, and then we have the bow tie on. There's someone you need to avoid. So a little bit of love coming there, a little bit of a gift. My bow tie does mean gift from the other side. So just a gentle warning if it's a gift. This very likely is someone you already know you need to avoid, or it could even be something you need to avoid and you already know. Like, as I say this, you're probably already shaking your head going, yep, I know exactly who, I know exactly what. So, a little gentle warning here, that this could be a block. This could delay things for you. So it's always good to have a bit of a watch out on what to avoid in the month ahead. And it is even placed on, a square that I just randomly put yellow, sort of that caution light. But I do strongly feel like you know who this is, or what this is. Like I said, it could be, procrastination, which is yourself, right? Yourself getting in your way. And I think I mentioned that in this theme here about, your thoughts could get in your way of moving down your path. So when it's I actually have 2 turtle charms. One is my little baby charm. Let's see if it gets a little turtle. This is about like just slowing down. You might be missing the signs. So, someone you need to avoid. Maybe you're purposely, avoiding the red flags. We always talk ourselves out of seeing those. But they're again, just a gentle caution. It's my tiny turtle, about slowing down. You're missing the signs. Money's being attracted to you. So these could be signs like if you're someone who plays the lotto, you might be missing signs of like, stop here, buy your ticket here. Sometimes we just naturally get drawn to places. Or it could be even the opposite of that. You have a gut feeling to not go to that dinner, not to go out that day, but you still force yourself to get up and go out, and you feel like you wasted money, you didn't have a good time. So they're definitely cautioning you here. So 2 kind of gentle cautions here at the end of the reading for June, about someone you already know you need to avoid, and maybe this person is a bad influence on you financially. So money's being attracted to you now. You don't want it to be like siphoned off, right? You don't want anybody to be manipulating you or I guess freeloading off you. So let's see. So yeah, like here we have the sort of scenario from childhood, right? Of, being offered the candy, being offered the flowers, the balloon. And so again, I was talking about someone being a bad influence on you. So someone is definitely trying to encourage you this month of June. So maybe they're trying to get you to indulge. It's a good month, mostly globally. For those in the winter months, not to say that June's a bad winter month, but there could be some enticement here to overindulge. I'm really being drawn into the stacked here, right? You don't need to. It only needs to hold 2, but he's stacked it here with 6. So, just some, even like the child, just a bit of naivety. Maybe that's the caution here is, you're being naive in this situation. This person is a bad influence on you. And you should be, and that's why you need to avoid them this month, because you don't want to overindulge. You want to focus on, getting the best first step forward in this next chapter, right? And then you have like the 2 foxes here lurking in the shadows here in this little alcove. And I just want to throw it out there, like I'm not getting a sense of like negative gossip happening here, but this is more like observational. Like I'm really drawn into the fact that they're just kind of watching. So again, sort of this influence, like maybe this individual's kind of watching how they impact you. And that's sort of like what delights them a bit. It's almost like you're a bit of a plaything for them. So maybe that ties into this naivety, this innocence here on the bottom of not being able to see that, their intentions are not as pure or as innocent that they may come across. And that's why they're really urging you to like, just come out. Or yeah, go ahead, buy it. Like maybe you didn't plan on going shopping and they encourage you to go shopping, or maybe that's someone who asked you for a ride and all of a sudden you're paying for their fuel and you're like, wait a second. So just kind of watch out for a little bit of sneakiness here. They definitely kind of know your personality. And I feel like they might be influencing and manipulating you a little bit this month. So just kind of pay attention to that. Like I said, it's a gentle watch out. So it's not like they're grossly misusing your relationship. But like I said, they are encouraging you to stay out a little longer, spend a little more, drink a little bit more, eat a little bit more, say no to that person, spend time with me instead. Work's not important, just put that off. So, don't allow them to influence you this month to delay anything or do anything that you just don't actually want to do. If your gut is telling you like, no, this isn't right for me. So sort of looking at, your month overall, like I said, you have a great time. And maybe because this is side by side, actually, it could be this other side of this partner or friend or family that you'll be having this adventure with. Make sure they don't encourage you to overindulge, like have the good time, but don't go too far, right? So kind of going full circle for your month here. And then we had the lovely message from the bird here to the bird parents in regards to your career path, and taking a moment of pause to just listen into yourself and your heart, and you'll know where to go. And then again, this milestone, this really beautiful kickoff here in the month of June. This is clearly where they want me to focus. That's clearly where they dropped the most charms and most cards. So looking forward to you guys having a beautiful month of June, all of you Virgos. And hopefully I'll see you at some future readings, and you can let me know how your months are going. I congratulate you. I'll join in on the happiness and the congratulations. And like I said, have absolutely a wonderful time on this adventure, this vacation, no matter how long, how short it is. But just watch out for the overindulgence here, the influence that you really don't want to have. Have a wonderful June, everyone.